All right, so for small trees, we're gonna be using our foliage colors, which are these up here. Feel free to screenshot these and use them for your own projects if you like, but essentially they're very orangish, very tannish, and very greenish, depending of course on the type of tree and the type of wood you're using. But for small trees, let's just get a medium orange or a medium tan. One of these two work fine. I actually might go a light orange. Yeah. Now there's different types of trees. There's like little switches that are just barely even have like one branch or whatever. But the one we're gonna go for is more of like a bonsai kind of like tree with a little bit of a bend to it. Because those I find are a little more satisfying to paint. As usual, we're gonna be using the hard round pressure opacity brush, and we're just gonna make some interesting shapes. There's gonna be roots right here, and the trees typically go wide to thin. Almost like a little triangle, kind of like what we're doing. I'm gonna start with a nice wide brush, have a nice gentle bend, and kind of widen out the base a bit. And we're gonna have, and the branches work the same way, by the way. So you start with branch nice and wide, and it goes out to a thinner bit. Now I like to do the base of the tree first, and then kind of trim it up a little bit. The eraser is the same as the brush. Now trees are not usually like super smooth like that. They'll have little notches and grooves and bumps and knots, I believe the term is. Knots are like failed branches or scars, I think. I'm not a botanist. But we're trying to find interesting shapes while just adhering to the rules of trees. And the rules of trees being, you know, wide at the base, thin at the tip. But let's now put a basic idea of where we want our leaves to go. We're gonna make a little bit of a broccoli here, I think. Now for these, it's gonna be very simple. Think like a little triangle like that. A lot of triangles in these trees. The base is a bit of a triangle because it's wide near the bottom and then thin near the top, and then we got the triangle of the of the leaves. It's just like the same, you know? Essentially, that's what we're gonna be making. So the rules of the trees apply, you know? Talking like the Lorax, to speak for the trees. Now we're using the brush here, but another fun way of doing this is to use the lasso tool. And the way we do that, up here, we have regular lasso. We just get our fun shapes, and we could cut into them and add to them as we go. You'll notice my cursor over here. If I hold down Shift, you'll see a little plus sign next to it. That means we're adding to the selection. And hold down Alt, we have a minus sign or a negative, and that means we're subtracting from the selection. So this is just a way to handle it with a little more cleanliness, because trying to battle with branches is only fun for the person with the biggest branch. So the saying goes. So we're gonna thin it out near the tip. We're gonna keep it wide near the base. Then we're gonna have a little bit of roots here. I don't know if you remember the trunk tutorial for the wood, but we're essentially gonna be doing it kind of like that, but we're just not gonna cut it off near the base. This tree gets to enjoy its lovely base. So we've got our selection, and we're gonna get our color, and we're just gonna fill it in. And then we're going to right click, select inverse, and then we can erase the excess that we don't want. And this will give us a nice, good shape. And so here we see our lovely, clean tree starting to take form. Lovely shapes. And now let's do the same thing actually with our fantastic leaves here. Try and treat it a little bit like the bushes tutorial. Again, if you haven't seen these tutorials, I would recommend going and watching them, because like they will explain quite a bit more if you're lost. But we're essentially just kind of making random jerky motions in the direction, in the basic shape that we're trying to go for. And we just paint those in. And then we can select inverse, and just be careful where your trunk is, where your wood is. If you wanted to, you could make different layers for these as well, but I like to live in a land of no fear. Now though, now we can make a clipping mask. Y'all know how I like making clipping masks. So let's take our darker brown and gently move upwards with it. And because this is a hard round brush, we get to have those cool brush texture, the lines, work with us because this is wood. And so just follow the grain of the tree. And feel free to paint in the brighter bits if you feel like you're losing them. But make sure there's a bit of shadow underneath the green. Again, Lasso tool will keep these nice and set, but we're not going to worry too much about that because we're about to paint over these spots anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much. We're about to give the leaves shadows as well. Now, when dealing with the grain of wood, try and like shrink your brush a bit and have some really fun twists to it, some twisty lines. Because trees like to organically kind of grow all twisty. And then we can use the darker brown for even more deeper shadows. Keeping in mind where you want your light source to be. For ours, our light source in the top left coming straight down. Not straight down, but down to the bottom right. So we're looking for the deep cracks. And we can make a couple deep cracks as well. There we go. So far so good, so far so good. You following along? We're making trees! You came here to learn trees and now you're making trees. Grats. All right, so let's do a little bit of color picking and sort of give some more variation. We just want to make sure that nothing is predictable. And we're putting shapes within shapes. And that other rule. Can anybody tell me the other rule? There's 3 rules of stylized work. Stylized art get 3 rules. If anyone could tell me the 3 rules, I'd be really impressed. The rule of cool. Oh, Jay. Oh, Jay. 10 points for Gryffindor. The rule of cool means it doesn't necessarily have to make sense, as long as it looks cool. This is stylized work for like fantasy and sci-fi. Feel free to make it look cool. So you can see why we're using the hard round brush. Again, one of the most default brushes we got. I mean, this brush comes in pretty much every program. It's named differently in a bunch of different programs, but it's the basic round brush and it's got a hard edge. And the reason we like it for a lot of different reasons, one of the reasons being wood, is because it has this fun grain that we get to play around with. That's pretty. I like it. I like pretty. If you're here doing art tutorials, I'm sure you like pretty too. So we're just thinking about our light sources, and we're not gonna overdo this. So we're actually gonna take this and push it back in a little bit. Right now it's threatening to overpower our tree. We care about our trees. We care about trees in this channel. So we're gonna take our new bright wood color, and we're gonna push it in a bit. We're gonna push it back a bit with the color next to it, doing a bit of color picking, which again, we just hold down Alt to make this eyedropper tool in Photoshop, hold down Control in Krita for this effect, and just tap and hold in Procreate for this effect to get our eyedropper tool. Oh, look at this wood. Oh, I'm about to start zooming in. All right, now we're gonna do this lovely situation where we're going to use our clipping mask. Actually, let's make a new clipping mask. And with our lasso tool, we're just gonna grab our green, going a bit into the wood. That's why we're not worried too much about painting over it. And now we're gonna give it some shadows. We're gonna give the foliage some shadows. Ooh. Again, using our hard round brush, we're just painting in the bottom, making sure the bottom gets the most shadow. Then we're gonna do a bit of blending. We want there to be these little spots, like little spikes, kind of sticking in, sticking out. And this will kind of illustrate leaves a bit. You with me so far? Good, wonderful. Now let's make it brighter at the top. Feel free also to break up the brightness. Like, you don't want to have the brightness be the entire top. You could, you totally could. But if you break it up into little chunks, like maybe there's some over here, maybe there's some over here, like they're not connected, you sort of, it's almost like painting clouds. You illustrate where the light's coming from and that there's a bit of depth to the tree. Have little islands of leaves, as I like to call them, meaning they're just like sitting out here standing by themselves, kind of alone, but at least they got their friends nearby. We don't want to have antisocial leaves. Now let's do the smaller sections. I'm gonna brush a little smaller for that. When we're doing leaves, don't be boring is probably the most important rule of stylized work. Don't be boring means we don't want to be predictable. We don't want there to be any visible patterns. Visible patterns be like highlight, bup. Like that's visible patterns. Visible patterns are boring. And we're doing stylized artwork right now, and we do not ever want to be boring. I mean, we try not to be boring normally, but sometimes boring is fine. Sometimes boring is fun. I'm gonna sit here and lie to you. Let's go even brighter, even more highlights. Now I just kind of like blending everything together just a little bit. I like to keep some hard edges, but I also like to have a nice blend from one to the other. Nice gentle blend. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, let's go to our lower clipping mask. Get our darker color again and just kind of gently bring it down there. You don't want to go too far. It's supposed to be shadows, so we want to give them shadows. So wherever your leaves here are overhanging, hit it with a bit of shadow. Now, some people also like to blend these together as well. If you'd so choose, you are more than welcome to. So give the darkness a bit of green, because sometimes they do like to stick out from one another and it's kind of distracting. So let's now, new layer, let's actually have little vines. How about that? I'm just gonna have little draping bits, and you can even have some wrap around the tree a bit. And hit with a bit of darker shadow, very gently. I'm gonna erase that a bit, a little too strong. And we just have a little bit of the vines wrapping around the wood of the tree. All right, now let's give it a bit of shadow. So we're gonna go below the tree. Actually, let's go above the tree layer. So for this, we're gonna use soft round. We're gonna get a green, and we're gonna go to multiply. We're just gonna have a nice under everywhere the leaves are overhanging. The soft brush is our go-to for this one. We use the orange multiply for the trunk. We can actually blend a bit here, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now because we're gonna have grass coming up over and then kind of covering this. You'll see in a moment. Hard round brush, pressure on. Let's make some grass. Do your shadow grass first, and you put your highlight grass above it. Everybody who remembers the grass tutorial, this is your time to shine. Vary the size. Look at us go. We're just gonna make it fit in the scene. All right, so now we're gonna render this out a bit more, so give it a little more details. We're gonna make a new layer so we don't mess up anything else. And we're actually gonna zoom in a bit. And this tree's looking a little worse for wear at the moment. When we finally zoom in, things get a little crazy. So let's start with the lovely wood texture. Now, wood texture is a much like stone texture in this stylized fashion, where we make a fun shape within shape, then we blend it towards the cut or the change, and we consider how wood likes to wrap around itself sometimes. We just want to give it some interesting little shapes. And highlights are really fun to mess with in this stage. I'm enjoying the rendering process. Oh, good. Wonderful. You see, it's a lot of back and forthing. Make a little cut, weird diagonal sideways, like so. And then we blend towards the cut with the color. So it's a nice little gradient from little shifting from one to the other. And it makes the edge, one edge of what you painted, one of the edges, stand out. And the other edge bleeds into the wood and blends right in. And that gives us this fun fracturing effect. And you can do this with both highlights and shadows. We're using the hard round brush, so we can do anything we need. Grab some of that green. Now let's actually do the leaves. We're gonna do this like my bush tutorial. There's a couple ways to do leaves. One of my favorites is just the jerky motions, like so. Behold! Just kind of following the shadows you already put in place. Just don't be boring. And not all the motions need to be jerky. We can even do the same for the lighter parts. We can even erase part of the bottom that doesn't fit our new narrative. Everyone count laugh with me. Now we can blend up in some spots of this shadow. Blend up and blend down. Doesn't have to be sharp all the way around. Make sure you change the size of your brush, because otherwise you run the risk of being boring. Do a couple highlight leaves. Leaves are more triangular, so having sharp shapes near the leaves will do you some serious good for your piece. Let's actually have these two kind of meet. Now kiss. And if you'd like, you can have some bits sticking out in the top. That always helps. Just make sure, again, keep them kind of sharp and don't be boring. This sort of also breaks up the initial shape of the leaves. Now this spot's kind of boring. So we're gonna break up this shape. Like that. And just like that. Look at that. Nice and broken up. Fantastic. Magnifique. Magnifique. Wonderful. Marvelous. And there we go. There we go. Look at you. That is our small trees. Our small trees. We have now done a smaller tree. Everyone give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you so much to my amazing patrons, as well as Twitch subs, who now make all of these tutorials possible. This was recorded live, and we like to do all of our tutorials live every Thursday. Everyone say goodbye, YouTube. Say goodbye, YouTube. These are our final moments together until our next tutorial. If you would like to come on down and participate, make suggestions, ask questions, Thursday is the time for that. Can't wait to see all your pretty faces.